Managing Director of the Virginia Credit Union League. As Ignite, the league annual meeting at the wharf approaches, ValleyStar Credit Union is getting ready to make a splash. I recently sat down with their CEO, Mike Warrell, and their board chair, James Rorrer, to discuss why. I hope you'll tune in for the entire interview. Thank you. Hi, can you mind introducing yourself?
Absolutely. My name is Mike Warrell. I'm with ValleyStar Credit Union. I've been with the credit union coming up on 3 years now. So thank you all for the opportunity to have us here, and we're looking forward to our discussion.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for coming. What about you, sir?
I'm James Rorrer. I'm the board chair of ValleyStar Credit Union. I've been on the board supervisory committee for 30 years. I enjoy what I do. Representing ValleyStar Credit Union and all the members and employees is a challenge, but it's a job that I really enjoy doing, working with the board, and all the board members really enjoy everything we do and able to provide for our employees the way that we do.
Wonderful. That's great. Why did you decide to send your employees to our league annual meeting?
You know, that's a great question, right? So I get that question the last 3 years now since I've been here as to, boy, you really bring a big crew with you, right, Mike? And I'd like to say I was responsible for that, but I wasn't. They were kind of on that track prior to me arriving, where they would have opportunities to go to certain events, support the league first and foremost, political advocacy, and all the things that are really important to just the whole credit union movement, not just ValleyStar. So I was fortunate in that sense, but it's something that I did expand a little bit with the board's approval to allow a guest to come with them, right? So if they're gone for 3 to 4 days, it can make it challenging to be away from family and things like that. So our numbers kind of increased a little bit when we made that decision to have more, the board be able to bring a guest and the senior team. But for us, our corporate strategy is really like 4 prongs, right? So 4 pillars. And the foundation is training and education. And this fits right into it. And my personal philosophy in our corporate strategy is business acumen, staying up with education is critical. Because you can get into your own cocoon and not look at what's new and coming along, or think that you know something because it was done this way 10 years ago and now it's changed, or there's a more efficient way to do it. So it really helps out tenfold to attend events, especially the league event, the Ignite one.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Yes. What are you guys most looking forward to for Ignite?
Well, I mean, this year Ignite is going to be, I guess, a little bit different. We've done a golf tournament most years. Now we're doing a dinner cruise. So while the dinner cruise would be the thing that I think I would look forward to the most because of the food, and I've never been on a boat out into that. Having my boss here with me, I would say, Michelle, looking at her book, she's an author, has a couple of books published. She's the keynote speaker, I believe, for this event. And one of them was, what do you do with your money in a crisis, right? So I personally have not read that book yet, but I would love to get into it. And then I'm really looking forward to AI. And I think most credit union CEOs are looking at that. How does that impact our industry, artificial intelligence, AI, and then digital currency. So I don't know how that would look, but always staying up on what digitalized money would look like. So that's really what we'd be focused on.
I found that through the years, going to the conferences, networking with other credit union board members, other executives in the credit union business, that you get a lot from it, that you find out a lot, that they're going through, that you're having to go through, that it all comes together. And if you don't do the networking with them, you find out more networking with these people. And you can go to the seminars. There's nothing wrong with going to the seminars, but sitting down at tables when you're sitting down eating and you're able to talk one-on-one with each other and just networking, you find out more that way than a lot of times when you go to the individual seminars. And that's what I get out of it. And a lot of my board members feel the same way.
Wow, that's great. Awesome perspective. Why are these events important for your members and employees to continue to support and attend the annual meeting? So why is this important to keep coming?
Well, that's a loaded question because there's so many different holes we could go down, right? For us, our corporate headquarters is in Martinsville, Virginia. And that area was hit really hard a while ago, probably 30 years ago, 30, 40 years ago. And recovery has been a slow process from some legislation and things that happened that really caused that part of the community to be kind of pushed downwards. So for us, when we look at that, we say, okay, what can we do as a credit union that's been in that city for over 70 years, supporting it, and really focus on that community? And the importance is education again, right? Like we get to talk directly with Senator Warner or Tucker. There's so many opportunities that the league provides us to be in front of people that we just normally would never get a chance to be in front of, right? I mean, they say that their doors are open, but if I walked over there and knocked on it, we don't know if they're there or if they'll take our appointment. So getting their ear and telling them what's going on in our area, and hopefully they'll support that, and mostly they do, and then taking that information and just continuously following up on it. So, and to echo James's thoughts, networking is critical. I've learned so much when you just ask somebody, hey, how are you guys dealing with your ATM network? Mm-hmm. And then somebody will say, oh, well, we outsourced it to Dolphin Debit, who's one of the vendors that will be at your at Ignite, I believe. So it's things like that of always trying to learn, and then how can we bring that back to ValleyStar and support the community.
Is there any advice you'd give any of your employees or any of your board members that are attending Ignite to get the most out of their experience? I know this year we're at the Warrell for the first time. A lot of things are different. We're celebrating our 90th anniversary, which is awesome and exciting. What advice would you give to the younger generation? Or just people who've never attended Ignite before?
Well, I would say, number one, it's not a high school dance, right? Yeah. So don't stay on one side of the room and let other people on the other side of the room. And it is a balancing act to not look like you're a creeper walking up on people to talk to them. But to James's point, that's where the value is meeting people, and not just staying in your own bubble, because if we're in our own bubble, that's what we do every day down in Martinsville area, right? Mm-hmm. It's getting out of that bubble and going and talk to different people, introducing them. So we do have quite a few younger people on our team that we bring in their mid-30s, I say younger. And the emails I get after that is thank you so much for allowing us to go, the board, myself. They know that there's an expense to it, but what they learned and what they're going to implement. The younger people are the ones that are coming in behind us, so we want them to be passionate. It's easy to tell somebody to do something as a CEO, right? And they'll do it because most likely don't want to lose their job. And I wouldn't do that, but my theory is involve them, right? So there's that old saying, you can tell somebody to do something, they'll do it. You can teach them and they're more likely, but if you involve them, and then it's a win-win. And if it's their idea or their passion, then it's a huge win. And to James's point, when we all go as an executive team and we see things, then we're coming back and going in and trying to explain it to these people, or hey, you need to contact this person. Whereas if they're here, they're directly involved, and it just seems like we get more traction that way. It's a lot more work and a lot more expensive for us, but in the long run, I would say in 3 years, it's certainly paid out. I mean, our gross income has gone from 24 million to just under 50 million in under a 2-year period. So things seem to be working out with the way that we're approaching it.
We just installed a new core system in our credit union this past year. And to go and watch what was going on, because I made a trip once or twice while they were doing the training for it. And it all come because of the networking that went on at some of the conferences they went to. And when they installed a new core system, there was very, very little conflicts at all with this new core system when it went into the process.
Wow.
Really.
Matter of fact, I didn't get one member call.
No,
I don't know if the board.
Really?
Yeah, I had 46,000
I never
members.
received a call from anybody.
Wow.
Right. It's pretty amazing.
That was amazing.
Yeah.
Success.
And being with the Virginia Credit Union League and Ignite, we get to talk to different people because the contract wasn't signed for the core when I got here, but we were leaning towards the specific core. And we did not go with that one after multiple conversations. Certainly at the Virginia Credit Union League event, because I was here for like 6 months before I went to the first one, finding out what were the pros and cons from people actually using it in the other one, and then we ended up switching gears and going with a different core, and we're very, very happy with that. So,
Wow. Very cool. Thank you. Do you guys have any questions for me? Or?
yeah, I would just say the league is doing a wonderful job. I know it's not easy with what you guys do. It's different personalities, different CEOs, but I do really enjoy all the things the league has done for ValleyStar and for us. We all get our pins from CJ quickly. Of course, it's a donation to the PAC and making sure we're always on that because the bankers are never going to give up, right, Jesse? They're never going to. Interchange income, you name it, overdraft, everything, it's just going to continue down there. People helping people is at the core of the credit union, and it's something that we believe in.
And I just have to reiterate on what he just said. Just, people helping people. That's what credit unions were founded.
That's right.
We appreciate what y'all do.
Thank
Very
you.
much.
We appreciate you.
Yeah, very much.
Yeah.